You know, you move that paper on their desk one too many times and they're going to just throw the desk over. It's going to be like, vroom, who's moving the paper on my desk? What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am specifically here at the beautiful Pie Canyon to film the video about the earth element, and I'm here because like this place is so damn earthy, and it's actually quite cool because it's also airy, so it's got its opposing element here as well, and so there is this like real nice sense of harmony, you know. Like, just check out these surroundings. So guys, if you didn't know, I am doing a series in which I talk about the elements and how they behave and the characteristics of each of the elements. And if you didn't know what they are, I'm sure you do, but let's just go over them real quick. We've got air, earth, we've got fire, and we've got water. And today's video is obviously about the earth element because I have already mentioned, but the reason that I'm even doing this series is because basically I think that it can help us build better relationships, it can help us heal, it can help us understand ourselves better, because guys, we all resonate with the elements. Each element will tell us kind of something about ourselves, and if we can start to recognize which element it is that we resonate with, we'll start to understand our strengths and our weaknesses, and actually learn how to harmonize energy. I just wanted to express why I'm making this video. And let's get started. Let's get started talking about the earth people. I guess that's why you're here, to figure out if you are an earth dominant person. So the first thing to, I guess, know about the element earth is that it's a feminine element, and it is passive, and it is linked to the dense physical body, or I like to say the art of being, you know, or allowing being to fuel doing. So even if you just think about the environment that I'm in now, like, it's passive because even though, like, do you know what I mean? These trees are going to grow and they're going to flourish and then they're going to fall, the leaves are going to fall. It's like, it takes time. It's not erratic like the wind, you know, like, or fire. Wind can just come and brush in and then change in an instant, do you know what I mean? And so the masculine elements are like much faster moving, whereas, you know, the earth is happy being stable. It's happy being. It moves at a much slower rate. And this is one of the things, you know, like, it changes, right? It changes over time, but it doesn't change quickly. And so actually the earth people, they can struggle like a little bit with change, and that is one of the things that you could consider destructive for them, because, you know, sometimes things are thrown at us and we have to be able to get out of our comfort zone, and this is when the earth people are going to panic, you know, when they're kind of forced to get out of their comfort zone, when things change, when your trainer leaves the gym, or like, you know, when the supermarket's normally open on a Sunday and now it isn't, and they've got all of their plans. They're planners. These people are planners. That's another thing to add. They are absolute planners. You know, they like their structure, they like their plans, they like to follow routine, they like to do what they know. It just works for them, you know, like, just like the earth, it's just so still, it's here, it's stable, it's going to be like this for a long time. These earth people are the same. They might do the same job for like 10 years and be absolutely happy and comfortable doing it, but, you know, if they're not happy doing it, they're also like not the type that's necessarily going to go get out of their comfort zone and go and find something new, unless they're backed up with other energies, because they do just prefer to do what they know. But that makes them very loyal, do you know what I mean? It's a very fixed energy. They're loyal, they are going to go up, they are going to show up, they are going to get the work done. And so, you know, even though they're passive, comfortable, they like their comfort, it doesn't mean that they're not hardworking, you know. They are structured people, they're planners, and they're able to stick to routine. And so they do get shit done and they do achieve. It's just that like a much slower pace than, say, some of the masculine elements that, you know, like fire, for example, will just be like, take down a forest and it will be like, done. Like, boom, done. And then the earth element will just be like, you know, working on its thing slowly, and, you know, maybe like 5 years later get its promotion, or 5 years later complete this project, but it will complete it like really, really well because their attention to detail is so good. They will notice change. Yeah, they will notice if something isn't right. They will notice if something is out of place. Other more masculine signs are able to they'll brush through and maybe miss some things because they're moving at such a quick pace. I don't want to say they have more attention to detail. It's different the way they have attention to detail. For example, water is passive too, but its attention is to emotions. It will never, ever, ever forget a feeling. So the earth element anyway has great attention to detail, great at following plans, great at getting shit done, is hardworking even though it's passive, but yeah, does need some convincing to get out of the comfort zone. You do not want to take these people on a trip, right? And you're driving in the car and you got the map up and then you're like, hey, look, should we just go down that road? They're going to be like, what are you talking about? We're going to go down that road. This road is not on the map. Like, that's not the way to go. Like, we know we're going here now and it's 12 o'clock and we got to be there by 1. And what do you mean we want to go that way? Like, they're not going to go. They're not so spontaneous. Do you know what I mean? They're not so spontaneous. And so you can sort of maybe see that in the earth people. And actually, one of my first jobs working at a gym in Melbourne, we had to give each client this questionnaire, and it was called the DISC questionnaire, and it had like 4 things: DISC, direct, influential, steady, and cautious, right? And we had to give every client this quiz. And I remember being like, interesting, because there was a type that came out which was called steady, cautious, right? And so these people were steady and they were cautious, very much like the earth energy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is literally the earth energy, is like, I would say it's the earth energy. And we did this quiz and it was really beneficial so that we would understand how to talk to our clients. And if, you got somebody that was a steady, cautious person, you would literally have to be like, okay, so last week, you did 7 kilos on a bicep curl for 15 reps. This week, that was quite a lot of reps for your goal that you want to achieve. It's probably going to be better if we increase the weight and drop down the reps. How do you feel about going up to 8 kilos for 10 reps now? And like, give them the space to think about it and decide, like, yeah, like, you have to sort of direct them. You have to tell them, like, this is part of the plan and like, we're moving on with the plan now, and like, it's okay now because you're comfortable enough there. This isn't going to be too uncomfortable for you. Like, let's move on to this place, so that was really beneficial because actually, like, I'm not really a steady, cautious person, perhaps at some areas of life. Having learnt that and actually understanding more now, like, I can just see that these people are structured. They like their routine, they like their plans. And, if you go and move their paper like slightly to the left on their desk, they're going to be like, they might be a little bit OCD with their things, with their plans, with their little routines, with the things that they do. So you will notice the earth people because they will be like that. But yeah, that was really beneficial in that job, learning how to speak to different people. If one of the masculine elements came in, it was like called direct, influential, which is probably like air and fire people. Like, you'd be like, yo, what's up? We're going to smash today's session. You didn't even need to tell them what went on before because they don't care. They're like moving forwards. Do you know what I mean? They're just like ready to jump into something new. Whereas the earth people are not so much. But look, just because the earth is stable, just because the earth is passive, doesn't mean that there are not earthquakes. You know, like, when the earth quakes, doesn't it cause some bloody problems? Like, yeah, it does. And so these people, they can stand their ground. They're not all passive and plodding along. They can stand their ground, and so they can be quite stubborn, especially when they are being asked to get out of their comfort zone. They are like not gonna want to do it, like. And so they can be stubborn, they can stand their ground, they can flip out, you know what I mean? It might just be very, very rare, but when they do, it will be like an earthquake. You'll be like, what the? You move that paper on their desk one too many times and they're going to just throw the desk over. It's going to be like, vroom, who's moving the paper on my desk? Just because it's a more passive and stable element, it doesn't mean that they can't stand their own. It doesn't mean that they can't freak out. It doesn't mean that they can't experience anger, frustration, aggression, or any of that stuff. It just takes different things to irritate different people, or to get people to act out, or for different people to feel frustration. They're going to feel it in accordance with different things. Whereas like fire people might feel frustration if they're losing, you know, they don't want to lose, you know. Water people will feel frustration if you don't understand their feelings. Air people will feel frustration if you don't get what they're saying, you know, like how do you not get it? How are you not smart enough? And earth people will feel frustration if you try and push them out of their comfort zone. Do you know what I mean? Like too aggressively. They don't like it, you know, they don't like their change. And so yeah, that is some things about the earth element. I'm sweating, it's quite warm out here. For you earth people, I probably spoke way too fast. I probably should have just like really did that super soft and super calm and like much more chill, but I didn't. These guys, you know, these can help the more erratic people, or if you're more erratic and have more masculine energy, you can learn a lot from the earth element. You can learn how to be comfortable with being. You can learn how to bring planning into your life and structure into your life to help you actually achieve your goals. And there is so much to learn from this damn element. There is so much to learn from all of the elements. But I think that maybe, you know, maybe I've forgotten some stuff, but I think that's a good start for now, and I can always keep updating these element videos. But yeah, the key things: earth is stable, structured, great planners. You know, these people can help the people who have many ideas but don't act on them. They can help bring them down to the ground. These people can work on something for hours on end without stopping. You know, they're reliable, you can trust in them, they're stable, they're not gonna over. They're going to turn up, they're going to show up, they're going to get it done. They're going to work at a slow pace. Don't try and push them out of their comfort zone. Don't try and force them to do anything too fast. Be aware of how you're talking to them. If you can recognize that somebody in your life has an earth element, you know, you take a calmer approach. You have to convince them a little bit. You have to show them like how this is moving forwards with the plan. And if you are an earth person, it could be beneficial to try to get a little bit more comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone. Sometimes things will come and into our lives and change everything. They'll change your plan, they'll change your structure, and you have to be okay with this, you know. Well, you don't have to be okay with it, but you know, things are going to happen, and you can't always control them. And so learning to be okay with change, learning to be okay with steering away from the plan at times can be beneficial for you, your well-being, and I guess your internal emotions and that kind of stuff. So that is it. That is Earth in a nutshell, guys. If you like this video, why not like it? This is going to be a big series. Jump onto the next video if it is uploaded. And yeah, drop a comment below. Let me know if you resonated with any of that information, or if you think I've missed something. That is Earth in a nutshell. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you in the next video. This is not going anywhere.